And it's not often that we can say they come into a game truly facing a challenge, but Charles, that's the case this week.
Absolutely. What a challenge it is, because they're now coming into this one and they don't exactly have a clear advantage, something that they usually possess in every game they play with the way that they throw the football. I can't wait to see if they change things, if they emphasize different things than we've seen throughout this season, how they go about trying to move the ball downfield.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure. And he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
On 1st and 10, Holly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll give to Etienne running right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Holly. And they take him down. The Bills get to it. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Second and 5. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Holly. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. third down. Holly. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That will go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Yeah, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple, and that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. It's not enough time to throw the football.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Holly.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Holly. That's going to be caught. It's Jakobi Meyers.
And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just one throw.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down, Holly.
And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
Now the extra point try forthcoming.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And now out come the Bills. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carson. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
The Bills at 9-6 now. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Looking sideline, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 1.
Looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
To throw again, Holly.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Back to throw. Holly. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 46. Looking to throw. Holly. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Off play action. Holly. And his throw here's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Carson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd and 9 now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Holly.
He'll get that underneath Etienne, and they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Holly. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Complete to number 80. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, Holly.
He'll drop that underneath Etienne. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Handoff running left is Etienne. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Holly. And incomplete on the deep ball. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
2nd and 7.
Back to throw.
Holly. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And they start in the best of all positions. 1st and goal.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Bills get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And leading 10-7, well, they may just want to get this to the locker room.
Throwing to start the drive.
Holly. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Holly. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Davante Adams, big numbers, 4 touchdown catches. From there, we head up to Wisconsin. Check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 35-17 was the final. And lastly, Monday Night Football has a good one lined up between the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And it was a tricky half to figure out numbers-wise. They've got the lead, but you figure they're definitely talking about ways to get this passing game back on track. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McKinney.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run on 1st down. It's McKinney, and only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 24 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down. Holland over the middle, it's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Looking to throw on second down.
Holly, very quick throw. He's got Myers.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, Holly. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Back to the ground with Etienne.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. On 3rd down, Holly. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Holly to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On 3rd and 2, Holly being chased out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
They run a draw here on second down. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 26. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Bills on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot. They dialed up the pressure and got to him.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And this one is right through. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out and out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a look.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football.
I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a 2nd straight loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That was a good run. Probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Here we go on 4th down. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Forced out. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turn. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
The Raiders offense ready to go. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A give running right, Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun, Holly. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Carson.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season.
We'll step aside.
Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now a handoff up the middle. McKinney, and he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
So the Raiders now down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. And they need to go 98 yards, the same distance John Elway went back in 1987 as they come up on 1st down. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Back to throw.
He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
They'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
To another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee.
Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for Buffalo,
they get an all-important 10th win to move them to 10-6 with 1 week to go.